Hi teachers, in this video we're going to talk about how to import student averages from previous grading periods. So if you're watching this, you've hopefully made it at least through the first grading period. Good job, well done, you did an outstanding job. And so we're in the second 6 weeks or 9 weeks or beyond that, and a student has been transferred into your class, and you need to bring in those first grading period grades or any previous grading period grades if this is later in the year. The reason you need to do this is so that your semester and your averages will be accurate. If you don't bring in those averages, it won't be included in those semester averages, which is obviously a bad thing. So let's take a look at the screen here and we'll kind of talk about what we've got going on here. I'm obviously already into my gradebook, and here on the left hand side with my list of students, I see my little friend here, Jessie Fake. She has been added, and I can tell because I have this new button here. Whenever I hover over this new button, it'll actually tell me when she transferred into this section and where she came from. In this instance, she came from section 01 on 9/5/13. Okay. Now I'm going to point out something real quick. In the progress PR1, progress report 1, and first report card 1, there's an 88 inside of here. That's the grade that was posted on the report card. That is not an average that's being included in my semester or year averaging. So I need to make sure that I'm bringing in that average, and that's what this video is going to walk you through. So I'm going to go over here to the left-hand side, and I'm going to click on the New button again. So I hovered on it before. I'm going to click on it now. So click on New, and the new window is going to open. And it tells you up here at the top, new student Jessica Fake, to make sure you're on the right kiddo, was added to this class on this date from somewhere else. If they came from a completely different class, it may not have the same information in here. But as we scroll down, we see a number of options here for you to work with for transferring in scores. You really almost always want to choose option 2, and so that's what we're going to show you here. So option 2 is transfer assignment or term scores from another class. Exactly what we want. So choose this option to manually transfer to or enter. We don't want to bring in assignments. We're just wanting to add in term grades. So change this to term grades only, and then it says based on another class. So we're going to click the select another class button, and you will see a full list of all of the sections that this student has had dropped. One thing to look here is the drop date over here on the right hand side. Obviously, I'm a calculus teacher, so I'm going to be looking for another section of calculus or math class. You know, you're going to have to think through that just a little bit, that this student came from. So if you know it came from Miss Johnson's math class, you can go look for Miss Johnson's class. Yep, that was it right there, and you can select that section. Oh, there we go. It even goes away real fast whenever you select it. So I selected the section, and it tells me that I selected the section here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm ready to come up here and choose the manually transfer scores button. So manually transfer scores. Over here on the left hand side, it tells you how the student was currently doing in the class. It tells me that the student made an 88% for the first grading period of the year, and currently in the second 6 weeks the kiddo was making a 90%. Okay, you might want to just make a little note of that, but we're going to enter this later on in another video. For this first grading period grade of 88%, what I want to do is on this first 6 weeks column for the new percent, I'm going to click in this box, type in an 88, and then click outside of the box, and it auto-fills the new grade for us. So we have the report card grade was already in there, but now the new percent is going to be 88, and the new grade shows as an 88. Once you've done that for any of the previous grading periods that are available to be entered, you're going to go over here to the right-hand side and click Save Term Grades and Finish. It's going to take you back to your gradebook screen, and the way you check to make sure that it was completed is that in that first grading period, first grade, you'll see that the 88 is showing up, that 88.00, that average is now showing up for that kiddo. So you've successfully brought in that student's average from the previous grading period. Good job. In another video, we'll talk about how to bring in the current grading period average. This is Chad Jones from the iCafe Studio.